shopping, working, and relaxing online can attract various digital threats. To improve your protection against them, just turn on NordVPN. This cybersecurity app will block web trackers and malware-infected sites. It will also encrypt your internet traffic without losing a smooth connection. Get NordVPN now. NordVPN, cybersecurity built for every day.
Afternoon everyone, we'll start with Catherine from BBC Radio Leeds.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, Freddie.
Hiya.
You're the master at getting out of League One, it appears. What does it take to be successful in this division, and what's it going to take for Huddersfield Town to get out of League One? You've done it.
To say I'm a master of it is a bit of an overstatement. I think I've been part of and lucky to be involved in very good teams. And coming here, I can see that they follow the same structure in which I've been blessed to be a part of. So like the manager has a good philosophy, the training is intense, and the players are willing to work. And I think that's what I've been lucky and blessed to be involved with, that everyone pulling together from the top down.
So you feel confident in making this switch? Because ultimately it's quite a brave move to cancel your contract with Ipswich to come here. What is it that gives you the confidence that Huddersfield can replicate the success you've had in this division?
The club is a big club. It's a huge club, to be frank. They was in the Premier League not too long ago, and me making a decision for the next step of my career, I looked at the club, I looked at the team and how they're playing and how the last few matches have been, and I thought to myself that this is an opportunity for me to come there and make my mark. And I'm hoping to bring years of experience, a few promotions and some goals into this team. So I think it's the best fit for both of us, actually.
As I say, it could be conceived as quite a brave move to cancel your contract with Ipswich. You could very easily have just stayed there. Why was it important to you to have an opportunity to be sort of getting back playing again more regularly?
I think staying there is another overstatement, because staying somewhere and not really playing too much football is not what any footballer's dream is. When I was young growing up, the only thing I wanted to do was play, score goals in front of the fans and make myself and my family proud of the things that I've achieved. So I was really looking for an opportunity, and this one that presented itself to me, I was more than thankful that it came across.
Yeah, has it been a quite frustrating time for you then to maybe not get the minutes that you really wanted?
Yeah, it is, but with success comes a lot of more challenges, and with getting promoted from League One to then the Champ to then the Prem, the challenges only get even bigger. So as many teams would have realised that by getting promoted to the Prem. So trying to come here was a perfect fit.
You're going to have your work cut out because there's a lot of strikers here when everybody's fit, quite a lot of competition. How do you feel about taking on that challenge?
I've played with competition before. I've played with a lot of strikers. I mean, all the boys here, they look positive. I could see it in the training sessions already. Like the boys they're not getting onto each other. Everyone's fighting for their shirts basically, and that makes everyone stronger. It makes everyone fitter, faster, and makes you want to score more goals. So, which I'm delighted to be a part of as well.
And there's people at different ends of their career. You're 31 now, you've got plenty of experience. You join a striker in Callum Marshall, who's just on loan, just making his way in League One. What gives you the edge because of your age and your experience over somebody who's maybe just starting out? What makes you better, if you like, and should be further up the pecking order?
I don't think better is the word. I think it's really to sharpen each other. So I've only been here like 2 days now, and the first impressions that I've received from, let's say, players like Callum is their enthusiasm, and their enthusiasm is one in which springs me into life, because like you said, I am older, I'm more experienced, and you usually get from older players would be a lot calmer because they've, let's say, been there, done that. So that brings my spirits higher and helps me want to, let's say, teach and show and give that experience to them so they can learn things off of me the same way I can learn off of them.
Obviously, you want to be on the score sheet as quickly as possible. Do you set yourself particular targets now for your time at Huddersfield Town? Are you just not going to tell me?
I mean, I can't, tell you every single target, but definitely to hit the ground running, to work hard for the team, to try and earn some points, because I want to do it all. I don't want to just come here and score goals and celebrate my achievements. I want to continue what I've been doing and being part of a team who has achievements to celebrate.
and the message from Michael Duff, how does he view you fitting into this team?
I've had very positive chats with the gaffer, and I hope those positive chats can then turn into positive displays and performances, and I hope for me and for the club that it can be a nice positive start.
Well, we wish you the best of luck with it. Thank you, Freddie.
Thanks.
And we'll go to Stephen now from We Are Terriers. Oh, we'll go to Leon from York Cross.
Hi, Freddie. I hope you're well. I was just wondering, when you went to Charlton and you got interviewed, you said you weren't hungry, you were starving, because obviously the lack of game time and all that.
Yeah.
I suppose you're pretty similar here. I mean, it's a great story at Ipswich, but when you sort of, last season when you sort of felt like a bit of a passenger, it's hard, isn't it? Really, when something is a success story, but you don't feel like you're too much of a part of it.
Yeah, and I feel like that move happened in January, and now this move, I get a good run at it. I'm at the start, and I'm able to fill things out. I'm able to gain my fitness, and I'm able to, hopefully, it's not too many games gone in that I can catch up to speed with the rest of the players, because they will be obviously fitter than me. Yeah,
your time with Kieran at Ipswich has got a lot of plaudits. I know you had your frustrations, but did it help to make you sort of a better footballer? Everyone speaks about how good he is as a coach. You got some sort of positive stuff from that, I would have thought.
Yeah, I learned a lot. He's a fantastic manager that has managed all through the leagues. Even before he came to Ipswich, he was assistant manager in a Premiership team that finished well. So there's a wealth of experience and teachings in which he showed me personally and the players around me as well, because he improved everyone that he's worked with.
Yeah, I suppose for yourself, you're coming in and you probably know a couple of the lads, don't you? You'll know Wilesy and you'll know Michael Muller as well from your time at Rotherham. Yeah,
which is good. I know Josh Koroma as well. He came on loan to Rotherham, so I know a few of the boys, and they've helped me integrate well into the team, which has been positive.
And the fact that you've had success at this level, that must give you, personally and in terms of promotion, that must give you a lot of confidence. You can get this one right as well.
Yeah, I do definitely feel very confident, and I feel more confident in the team that I'm stepping into, which fills me with more hope. I could see from the first 3 league games that there were positive starts, and I could see that, there were bits in which I can come and implement my stuff into the team, and I hope that I can.
Yeah. Very best of luck, Freddie. All the best. Thank you.
Thank you. We're back with Michael Duff shortly.
Thank you.
Shopping, working, and relaxing online can attract various digital threats. To improve your protection against them, just turn on NordVPN. This cybersecurity app will block web trackers and malware-infected sites. It will also encrypt your internet traffic without losing a smooth connection. Get NordVPN now. NordVPN, cybersecurity built for every day. Shopping, working, and relaxing online can attract various digital threats. To improve your protection against them, just turn on NordVPN. This cybersecurity app will block web trackers and malware-infected sites. It will also encrypt your internet traffic without losing a smooth connection. Get NordVPN now. NordVPN, cybersecurity built for every day.
We'll start again with Catherine from BBC Radio Leeds.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, Michael. We've just been talking to Freddie Ladapo, so let's start there. What is he going to bring to your Huddersfield town side?
Well, we think quite a few qualities, to be honest. Experience, physicality, experience in terms of the level as well. He's a different profile to what we've got in terms of the way he holds the ball up. Goal scorer at this level. Was available, so he ticked a lot of boxes for where we were at. Wanted to come, got good character references from people I trust, both from staff at Ipswich and players at Ipswich that I've played with and managed. So ticked a lot of boxes for where we were at, and we think it'll be a positive positive signing.
How important was it to be able to bring someone in who has done a pre-season, albeit not here, but who can effectively hit the ground running for you?
Again, part of we didn't want to bring someone in that just got off the sofa, essentially. You speak to players and they'll go, I've hired a PT, and they show themselves doing these sessions on Instagram and stuff, but they're paying these blokes, they don't push them that hard. So, like I said, I played with Lee Grant for a long time, he was an assistant, said he'd done a full pre-season, he's only had a week off, and in that time he has done a couple of sessions. They're nothing like the intensity, but I do know the way they train at Ipswich, so getting through a pre-season there, he hasn't had as many game minutes as he wants, so we're going to have to build that up, there's no getting away from it, but the fact that he's ready to go and instantly ready to train, another box tick is that he's robust. You know, he's worked with Ross, the head of performance at Rotherham. That Rotherham team was a physically very, very good team, and he played a lot of minutes in that, so he's obviously robust enough that hopefully he won't pick up injuries.
And on that front, I suppose, you look at it when you've got everybody fit, you've got a lot of strikers now at your disposal, but are they fit? Where are you at in terms of Healy and Radulovic being able to be available again?
Bojan's been back with us now for 2 or 3 days, so he'll be in contention he won't be in contention to start, but he should definitely be able to play 20-30 minutes if needed, so that's a positive. Reece is a funny one. Reece obviously felt his hamstring in the warm-up at Rotherham, and we've been doing it. Currently he's under investigation in terms of, we think it's nerve related, we think it's something to do with an old ACL graft which has affected a nerve, so it's hard to put a timeline on that one, because has he pulled anything, or is it a nerve pain, or where's it coming from? So it might have, like I said, something to do with the graft of the ACL, which they took some of his hamstring and replaced that with his ACL. So it's a tough one for him to get around mentally as well, but I can't put a timeline on that one. But yeah, that's why you have a squad. You pick up injuries. We've been unlucky with injuries. We've had quite a few, some innocuous ones and some muscle ones. So we've already finishing the game with Ben Wells as your only centre forward when he's not a centre forward isn't ideal. So one thing that will add is numbers and competition.
Well, we're on injuries then. How's everybody else looking for Saturday?
I'm going to go through them all now. There's quite a few of them getting closer. So Brodie's sort of half training with us now. So it's a shoulder injury, so his contact's been limited, but he's joining in. Herbie Kane is getting closer. David Kasuma's not far away now. Obviously Wardy's suspended. I'm trying to think who else there is now. I don't know. Rads is obviously a long way away. Have I forgotten anyone there? Oh yeah, Maxi's had a bit of a heart problem in terms of, I think it's just a viral infection. So he's been on rest for a couple of days. So again, it's something you don't want to take any risks with. We don't think it's anything serious, but something we're not taking a risk with. So again, we'll have to monitor that once. But there's been, hopefully I haven't forgotten anyone. There's been quite a lot to remember, but it's all the 2-week break. One thing it's got us a lot closer to where having a full squad to pick from.
Yeah, and has everybody come back fit from international duty so far?
Yeah. Obviously Josh has done a lot of travelling, a lot of flights, but the 2 Irish boys came back and played minutes and came back and trained today, so that's a positive.
How useful was the international break for you then, given that unfortunately they had the 3 defeats, albeit in very different circumstances, very different competitions as well, but has that been a useful time to be able to work on a few things?
It's been an opportunity to work on a few things, but we haven't had many centre forwards in the building, so you're working on different aspects of the game. And the new signings like Callum and a lot of the lads have done pre-season with us, so a lot of the work's already been done in terms of shape and structure and things like that. And the ones that we probably need to get the work into haven't been with us. But it's allowed us to rest, recuperate, see where we're at, work on a few things, which we always do anyway, and hopefully pick it up in a positive manner.
Away at Bolton, who are never going to be an easy team to beat, what do you make of them? And are you surprised they've not maybe started the season a little more emphatically than people maybe expected?
It's always difficult after a playoff campaign. I know them really well. I was in League Two with them when they got out of that league. I think we played them 5 times the last time I was in this division over a quarter. We played in the FA Cup, 2 league games and 2 playoff games. So they'll be one of the teams up there. Very good manager, tactically very good football team, big club at the level. So we won't be going there expecting anything other than a really difficult game. And it's about us. It's about how we attack the game and how can we implement our game on them.
And you will have to issue your instructions, not from the technical area, unfortunately. How does that impact you and the sort of general match day way that everything operates for you?
It doesn't really. Normally it's me and Kevin Russell, and Martin Patterson sits in the back of the stand on the earpiece. I just swap places with Patter, so it shouldn't. I'm still in the dressing room before at half time and after the game, so it shouldn't affect it too much at all.
Okay. And just in terms of those 3 defeats, I mean, it's very easy to look at it as 3 defeats, but it's very different circumstances for any of them. You know, is there anything in particular that concerned you about those, or a theme running through them, or do you have to take them all very much in isolation and it was different issues that you needed to look at?
Depends how you look at things. You can look at the best start in 48 years, or you can look at 2 cup games that I think there was enough, but the 2 games that we lost, those 2 teams have looked nothing like the league games. And I think the Rotherham performance wasn't a particularly good performance, but I don't think we deserved to lose the game, and got done on a key decision, which was wrong. So yeah, you can. Football people are up and down. Of course, we don't want to lose it, but there's got to be a bit of context to it as well. So we've had a 2-week break, so we've forgotten about now. We just move on to the next one, which we do all the time anyway.
Final one from me. We're going to be giving lots of coverage to the Walk to Wanderers with the charity walkers over the next couple of days. I don't know whether you've ever taken on a challenge like that yourself, or just how important it is to show that kind of support from the club to what's a fantastic local hospice and the fantastic work they do.
Yeah, it's one of those things. As I just talked about, people get all emotional with football, and sometimes they forget about the real things, the most important things in life. I visited the hospice myself. I'm fortunate to have 2 kids who are perfectly healthy. I need to take it for granted. Life gets in the way sometimes. People get caught up in their own problems and their own misery. When in reality, it's you lose a game of football, or your kids are misbehaving or something like that. So when the amount of money that the hospice needs to run, I blew my mind at how much they need. The amount of people that are doing the walk for other people, and like I said, until you go and see it see it for your own eyes of what these people do to support these families, just to give them a day of normality. Sometimes it's as little as that, or just a little bit of respite. It's an amazing cause, an amazing charity, and fair play to everyone that's taking part. I haven't done it, unfortunately. Probably tell by my chins now, but I think footballers and football clubs do a lot for local communities. Sometimes they get a bad rap. But I think it's just a good cause all round. Brilliant from the people doing it, brilliant from the people putting their hands in the pockets, and ultimately be brilliant for the hospice to keep it going.
Great stuff. Thank you very much. Good luck on Saturday.
Cheers. And we'll come to Stephen now from We Are Terriers.
Hi, Michael. Sorry to bring this up, but after the Doncaster game, the chairman sent out a tweet, making clear his frustrations with the recent performances. Have you spoken to the chairman since then, and what sort of conversation you had? I spoke to him on the Monday, so the day before the game. So I spoke to him after the Rotherham game. I have open dialogue with Kevin all the time. So ultimately, my job is to sit. He's the owner of the football club, so he's more than entitled. He pays the bills. But we've got a good relationship. We know where we're at. We know it's not going to happen overnight in terms of we're not going to get to where you want to all the time. But like I said, in isolation, you can take two cup games where the teams look nothing like it, and key refereeing decisions. I'd like to think we won't give 4 penalties away in the next 6 games. We've had a glut of injuries where we've not been able to change certain positions of the pitch. We're having to play midfielders up front because of the injuries. So there's lots of circumstances. So my relationship with Kevin has been really, really good. Been really open. And like I said, I'm not on Twitter. I'm fully aware of it, but it's he's entitled to his opinion, and he's entitled to say what he wants because it's his football club essentially. How much did things like Wardy's suspension and the injuries you've had? How much did that play into the decision to go out and sign Freddie, or was he someone who was already on the club's radar as a potential target?
Well, I don't think we kept. It wasn't a kept secret. We were looking to bring another one in.
Yeah.
And we've said all along, it's sometimes you guys think we're playing cloak and dagger and it's hide and seek, and we've had people in the building and they've fallen through. So we thought we needed another one. Freddie obviously came to an agreement at Ipswich. It's not like we didn't know who Freddie Ladapo was. We knew what he was and knew where he was at the start of pre-season. He's trying to get into Ipswich's team. Already volunteered to, but he's had a conversation with them. They've come to an agreement. We didn't get what we want. I think it suits all parties, so we think we can be a good fit for each other. So that's why we did it, because we felt we were short in that area of the pitch.
That's all from me. Thank you.
And we'll just pass the microphone to Leon from the Yorkshire Post.
Hi, Michael. Hope you're well. I suppose, given your history at Bolton, it might not be a bad thing you're in the stands. It's sometimes got a bit spicy once or twice.
Yeah, it's an emotional sport.
Yeah,
and it's full of competitive people. So I'll be sitting in the stand for whatever reason. You take your punishment. But I get on with Ian really well, actually, believe it or not.
Yeah.
And it's got a lot of time and a lot of respect for him. Played against him as a player. Obviously, like I said, had a lot of dealings with him in terms of being competitive.
Yeah.
And we both got promoted out of the same league with I was with a different team, and we had 5 games against each other a couple of years ago. So we'll know each other well in terms of the way that we play. He hasn't changed a lot. They've tweaked certain things. Like we'll have done with our team. So it's it'll be a good game. It's a big game against 2 big clubs in the division. Hopefully it'll be a good game. Hopefully we get 3 points, but we win. We don't think we've made it, and if we get beat, it won't be the end of the world.
I was just going to ask you. You've been you're pretty experienced in management. You do get these spells where the injuries come and you're on the wrong end of refereeing calls. I suppose it's just a matter of what part of the season it is, and you're sort of having that little bit of a spell now, and it's obviously come quite early. But I think it's a case of a bit of perspective and taking a step back, because this happens to most clubs, doesn't it, at some point in the season?
Well, like I said, we've talked about a rebuild and reshaping everything in the summer. So you can look at it whichever way you want, as I said before. So someone told me it's the best start for 48 years. Doesn't matter what level, that's a fact. 47, 48 years, I don't know what the numbers were. It's not all crashed to pieces in a week. So my job is are we progressing? Are we still building? Are we want to get to where we want to get to? No, not yet. But were we expecting to get relegated and just roll every team over in the league with brilliant performances? I don't think so. We're trying to change a lot of things at the football club, from a mentality, a style of football. I think we've got averaged 37%, and we've already averaged 64% in this league. So there's lots of things that are changing, and it's not like the team's been completely ripped up. A lot of the team were here last year, so it's going to take time to evolve. I think there's signs of progress. I see that in training every day. I see that with the mentality. I see that in the positivity around the football club. That's my job, to see all those things and let other people talk.
Thanks for your time as always, Michael. Thank you.
Thank you, and we'll see you all on Saturday.
Thank you.
Shopping, working, and relaxing online can attract various digital threats. To improve your protection against them, just turn on NordVPN. This cybersecurity app will block web trackers and malware-infected sites. It will also encrypt your internet traffic without losing a smooth connection. Get NordVPN now. NordVPN, cybersecurity built for every day.